You ready? Recording? I don't know. Go. Hi. Welcome to the Northern Knits Podcast. We're two sisters in fiber coming to you from two separate provinces this week.
Woo!
Sometimes I make
Technology!
technology for the win. We are technically a knitting podcast, though we'll be honest, we talk about like everything else, like good knitters should. I'm Jocelyn. My
And I'm
co-host is,
Diana.
and today we are going to try to discuss knitting and probably everything in between that catches our attention.
Probably, yeah. Not too much
Uh,
discussing, though, because I'm supposed to go off to a volunteer meeting later.
Well, then let's get the admin stuff and the boring stuff out of the way real quick, and we'll say don't forget to join our group on Ravelry, like us and follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and
Yep.
come gently stalk us on the internet so we can stalk you and we can be internet friends.
Stalking equals internet friends. That's
Yes.
what a
Yeah.
world we live in.
What a world it's been. Or as Danny would say, don't forget to scribe.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
She'll like a
And I
scribe.
mean, scribe. And I mean, other than that, we can just dive right on in with what's in our cup.
Yeah. So you went on a small trek to get some stuff in your cup, so what's in your very exciting cup?
My mom's not a coffee drinker, neither is my father. So while I'm visiting, there is an Indigo Chapters / Starbucks 10 minutes from the house. It's a 20-minute round trip for me on foot, and I take the long way, so I don't have to deal with traffic. Because the mall goes under the street, and it's so cool. So
Ooh.
half the mall's on one side, half the mall's on the other, and there's a pass underneath where the movie theater is, and the movie theater is under the street.
That's so cool. Okay,
It's so cool.
that
So I
actually
went
is really cool.
Hence why I take the long way, because it is always just really nifty to go, I'm walking under a street right now. No, it's fine. I went and I picked myself up a vanilla latte with extra everything.
Extra everything.
Well, I usually get it with extra vanilla, but I'm kind of tired today. So I went with an extra shot of espresso, extra vanilla, and I get it extra hot with coconut milk. So it's like all the extras.
Very extra.
Very and big because I don't do small. So I got what they call it venti. I
Oh,
got
the
the
big
large,
one.
the big one. You know me, I don't do small coffee.
Nah.
Mm-mm.
Or if you
The
ever get
orders sneak enough that they remember me. I've only ordered it 3 times since I've been here.
Oh, wow.
The
You're
barista
becoming a
remembers me.
regular.
Very quickly, I suspect on the weekdays, yeah. Because you get your weekday staff, and they're always like the same guys who work 40 hours a week. Or girls. Could be girls. So the barista in this case remembers me from the last 2 times I was in ordering, so.
Nice. Well, I'm homesick today, so I'm on my second cup of the stiffest tea in my possession, which
Well, this is
is
the stiffest tea in your collection. So, like, it's chest hair worthy tea?
yes, it's that tea where you walk into a room and you go, "Is something on fire?"
Oh, Lord.
It's that tea.
That is a tea. Woo.
Yes. And then this is my second cup.
Oh, my gosh. Well, you're awake. That's a start.
It is a start. So this is Scottish breakfast tea from 36 Tea, as in
Ooh,
the drink tea,
yep.
which is at 360 Main Street in Selkirk.
Ugh, we need to go there this summer when you get a car.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or just anyway.
Yes. Or when you borrow a car, or we can go to Selkirk because I can't drive.
Fair.
Take me for tea.
Oh, our wedding favors might be tea. We're going for a tea tasting in a couple of
Oh,
weeks.
that would be so cool. I haven't seen Tia's wedding favors, and we both know I've been to many a wedding,
Mm-hmm.
well into double digits many years ago. That'd be exciting. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, so everybody can.
It would stand up as much as Misty of the Funky Kitchen. She made little homemade jams for her favors for her tables.
Yeah, I'm not that good.
Neither am I. That was
Everybody
a
can have tea. And if you don't like the
beat.
tea, you can give it to somebody else. And it's consumable, so it's not this weird little thing that you feel obligated to keep just around somewhere. It's just this tea that you can consume and enjoy, and if you want to keep the cute little box with a stamp on it, you can.
Yeah, no, I think that works really great. Well, not everybody likes a bunch of stuff in their houses.
Yeah. So
I'm,
consumables.
listen, I was at the Tea Desire, which is that loose leaf tea place here by mom and dad's that
Oh
I
yeah.
always bring home fancy loose leaf tea from. I might come home with mugs for us because they've got some really pretty china glass, like china mugs with saucers, but in
Ooh.
Jocelyn's size.
Mugs with saucers and Jocelyn size. That's got to be
Yeah.
like a plate saucer for that kind of a mug.
Yeah, it's like a small plate you put toast on. Yeah.
All right. So if you don't need a giant amount of tea, you can put your sandwiches on it.
Or, put your sandwiches on it and just put your tea mug glass down beside. If you live on the edge and don't do coasters, I don't know what your preferences are. I'm currently working on a project, so I'm excited for Willy Workers. Ooh, do you have cool threads? I was wearing stuff.
I am currently wearing right now, although it's ceased being cool in this room, I'm wearing my textured triangle shawl, which I will show off
Oh,
briefly as I take it off because it is now too warm in here.
that's fair.
So this
You're in
is,
the computer room. You got two computers in there.
yep, only one of which is on right now, but we're on the third floor, and I don't think anybody below us has turned off their heat yet. So it's been like 75 degrees. I don't know what that is. Our thermostat is in Fahrenheit, so all I know is 75 degrees is pretty warm.
75 degrees is warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So last week we were turning the heat up at night. This week we're sleeping with the heat off and the windows open.
Well, you were saying it's nice in Winnipeg. We've got a forecasted high for 20 Celsius by the weekend out here.
Yeah,
We're
well, us
seeing
too. Yeah. Well, what is it right
over.
now? Google, tell me. Okay, Google. What's the weather like right now?
What's really sad is if it sets off my Google.
Right now in
We are.
Winnipeg, it's 15 degrees and mostly cloudy. Today, it'll be partly cloudy with a forecasted high of 14 and a low of 1.
You're beating me by 3 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, so
We're
it's just lovely.
Yeah, we're only 12 degrees out here right now. We skipped spring and went straight to summer, like we do.
Yeah. Oh, I'm full summery dress. It's that long dress with the stripes with the cutout in the
Oh,
back.
does
Yeah,
it
I've
still
gone
fit
full
well?
summer today.
Wonderful. Well, when I come home, we'll have to pull your dresses out so I can help you size them down.
Yes.
We need to do that because we've hit summer now. Can't put that off any further. On my airplane trip here, I wore my Find Your Fave because I figured if the airplane was cold, that was a nice big superwash merino shawl I could wear. It wasn't. The plane was warm, and that's fine. It also means it's a super lightweight wash merino shawl I can wear. So serves many functions. So it was my airplane shawl. And then I have been wearing my Tracy shawl by Hohilo Catelli, which I have to keep an eye out on because my mom said she liked the colors. I wasn't sure she was going to because
Oh,
they're
it
pretty bold.
was
Like
the Tracy one was the white and teal one? Oh no,
Tracy
that
one,
one. That one.
Tracy one's the one where I did it with the fiber or Ancient Art yarns in the Get Off My Lawn colorway and
Right.
the Fireside. Yeah, which I didn't
Right,
think
right,
mom would like,
right.
but apparently she does. So I got to keep my eyes on this one.
I thought she didn't like wool too.
She can do some superwash merinos. Ancient Art Yarns is one of the few ones we found so far that doesn't
Oh,
make her
okay.
itch. So, because not all wools are alike or equal. So, we've been working on that. But I gave her the Jamie shawl, which I'd made out of the. Oh heavens, what did I make it out of? Scarfy?
I think
Yes,
it was
light
Scarfy, yeah.
scarf. And we decided to call it blue, even though it says it's teal, because it's not teal, it's blue.
Yeah.
So I gave that to her when I got in on Friday. So she has her shawl. I do have to take some photos of it so I can post in that Cozy Up with the Stitching Sisters all in the family knit along that they have going on. Because I completed the shawl, so I might as well enter for a draw, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how that works. So I will do some photos and post things on Ravelry. But yeah, that's all I've been wearing is those two shawls. Because I mean, all of my other stuff's at home, which I am not.
Yeah. I've been also wearing my Bloomsbury mitts and my actually I didn't wear it. It was not horrendously cold at work, so still wearing the Bloomsbury mitts, but the rainbow side shawl is my scarf in the morning, and then at coming home it's stuffed in my bag with my coat because it's like 20 degrees.
Yeah, well, it's still cool in the mornings, I find. It's
Yeah,
probably
well,
the same
it's
way.
barely
It's like,
above 0 in the mornings. Like you're flirting with frost in the mornings, but in the afternoon it's like maybe a light sweater.
okay, that's fair. So it's the same out here as it is there. Oh, that's good. So we're closing in on the end of the good cool thread season then.
Yep. We'll be done with cool threads soon.
Ooh. So the project I'm currently working on might make it well into May, if not June. It's designed to be a summer shawl, so you knitted it a very big thingy, and I suppose we can just sort of transition into woolly workings, can't we?
Yeah, go for it. You knitted it a
Uh,
big thingy?
I'm knitting a big thingy. I only have 3 projects. Don't laugh. There are 2 backups in case I get bored.
That's okay. I still have my usual 2, but I
Your
have more
usual.
things to say about them this time.
Oh, that's a bonus. I cast it on Thursday while watching Critical Role, the Stormy Sky Shawl, which, oh man, if you have been like an old school podcast listener, like you listen to like within the first 10 episodes, you might have heard me mention the shawl before because I wanted to make it for a while. And I've known what yarn I wanted to make it out of for a while. So I'm making it out of Ancient Art Yarns, colorway Really Seriously Annoyed Grapes, which
Which
is
is
a
the
fingering weight shawl.
best colorway name.
The colorway name is why we bought the yarn. So here it is all caked up. Hopefully that's coming through okay.
I think
So
it's coming through more blue. In person it's a little more purple.
it's definitely purple, and I apologize because I'm just about at the end of a row here, so I don't want to pull it up and show you the progress I've made. The pattern says to go up 3 needle sizes from what you would traditionally knit the fabric in because you want a really loose, flowy fabric.
Okay.
And I went up to, because normally I do a fingering weight yarn in like a 3.5 or a 4 millimeter, but I'm a very loose knitter,
Mhm.
so I just went up to 5 millimeters. Mostly because I'm a really loose knitter. So if I did a fingering weight on like a 6 millimeter, it would be like I'd done it on an 8 or a 9 millimeter.
It would all be lacy.
Yeah, pretty much. That was definitely not going to work for me. So I backed down to a 5 millimeter on my Zing needles that I picked up the other week, and I have been blowing through it. It was my airplane knitting. I took a photo. I posted it on Instagram
I saw.
because it kept me company. And if I ever manage to get to the end of this row, you guys, you're supposed to increase to a set amount and then make sure you have enough yarn to do your decreases on. Well, I have 2 balls of this Really Seriously Annoyed Grapes, and there's like what, roughly 430 yards per ball at a fingering weight, give or take.
Sure. I haven't actually looked at a ball band recently.
Neither have I. My brain goes, I think it's roughly about, it's either like 420, 440, depending on the yarn. So, and I think these guys are sitting at the 420, 430 marker. And because I got 2, I was like, I'll just do the increase in the pattern till I'm almost out of my first ball, and then I'll just flip over to decreases because that'll eat up the second ball, right?
In theory, yeah. So it'll just be like a triangular shawl but knit sideways?
It is an asymmetrical shawl. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a 1 stitch increase, 1 stitch decrease pattern. So, which is, that's totally fine and easy. And it's got some garter sections, which is good because I found a TV show I like to watch. Which, if you know me in real life, you know how rare that is. That I will sit down and watch back-to-back TV shows or something.
Unless it's anime.
Unless it's anime, and it's not anime. It's the Netflix Lost in Space.
I haven't tried that out yet. I've been doing a series of unfortunate events season 2.
That's totally fair. So I swear I will get to the end of the row eventually.
Yeah? You sure? You sure about that?
I don't want to show it when it's like near the end of the row because I don't want to lose the stitches. But this section's got a double yarn over between each stitch. It's a free pattern, so I can tell you. It's got pattern repeats is 8 rows of garter. Then you do 2 repeats of a double yarn over, so you get nice dropped stitches, like a drop stitch section.
Okay.
Then you do 8 more rows of garter, and then you do 3 repeats of a single yarn over eyelet lace section. So like, super easy. But because you're switching rows every at least 2 rows, I'm not bored because I'm constantly going, hey, well I've only got 1 more to the next section, so I might as well just finish until I get to the next section, right?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's totally logical. Just one more row.
one more row. And you can see why we've progressed so far in the pattern, because one more row adds up really fast, you guys. And I've watched in the last 2 days 9 TV episodes.
Ooh.
And I am not a TV, even anime, that's too much anime. I can do like 3 or 4 on anime. But if I do that on like live action TV, that's my mom's put the book down to watch. And my
Okay, what is
mom's
this
like,
magical show that you're binge watching?
Lost in Space. It's
Oh,
on Netflix. It is really cool. And I hate Dr. Smith. That's how good the actor is at making me hate the character.
I'm gonna have to watch this now.
Oh yeah, totally gonna have to watch it. It's definitely a different setup from the original TV series, but super enjoyable.
Well, I've
So
never
here we go.
watched
I
the
have
original,
the number.
so. Ooh.
You can see the eyelet lace sections, and you can see the yarn overs.
Oh, that's
So once,
fancy. I like that.
but it is showcasing this variegated yarn absolutely beautifully.
Oh, that's
Like you're seeing
wonderful.
the reds for the grapes and the green gray for the vines and the different shades of purple. Like it's absolutely gorgeous. Now, because I'm doing it at 2 ball size, this is a Jocelyn size shawl. Like once I block this bad boy, holy Hannah. Having said that, I left your blocking wires at my house. I'm sorry. I feel like an ass. They're just sitting there in the basement next to things I was supposed to bring here, like my nutritional yeast.
That's all right.
Completely forgot to give them to you.
I'm
I'm
not
a
blocking a
bad
shawl
person.
anytime soon.
I'm sorry.
It's okay if I really need them. I'm sure I can go knock on your door and somebody will
My
answer.
son will totally let you in, and you can grab them for you. That's not a problem. So this is how it's coming along. So like it's once I've got it blocked out, it's going to be A, huge, but B, the fabric's going to be so light and airy. I should be able to wear this into June, even though it's a superwash merino.
That looks
But
really good.
it definitely needs a blocking because A, sometimes I forget to do my increase. Um,
Oops.
whatever, I'm a professional podcaster, it's fine. And the edge detailing is quite narrow because it's a slipped stitch on the edge, so like it needs some blocking so that it looks nice and crisp. So that needs to happen. So I'll be. You can see the tiny size ball I've got going on here.
Oh, wow. So that means you're almost half done.
Oh yeah, I should be
Wow.
done at the end of this week. So, well, Mom likes to go out and then she likes to stay home, and we gotta balance it out. So we're home today, and Dad's not home till sometime tomorrow. So we're probably gonna chill out around the house for the next 2 days. So I should make a lot of progress, which is beautiful. All right.
Excellent.
Do you want to talk about one of yours? Because I've got 2 more left.
Yeah. All right. I've got sitting here in my Dragon Fiber Bags teacup bag, which I
Mm-hmm.
still want the matching teapot bag, which I seriously doubt is still at Wolseley, but you know what?
Dude, it was local yarn store day on Saturday. You could have gone.
I could have. What was I doing on Saturday? I feel like I was
I-
doing something.
I'm the wrong person to ask.
Oh, no, I was. Oh, I know what I was doing. I was working on my beaded hair vine for my wedding.
Mm,
I
love it.
um I have pictures of that, which I can show you after, and we'll post on Instagram after we're done.
Oh my god, absolutely. Post them.
Because it's coming along really well. It's got these jade leaves and gold wire and pearls that are like blue and gold and brown.
I am listening. I know it looks like I'm distracted because Dad's got a plethora of just loose pens hanging out here, and I got to think about stealing Dad's pens. So, pen collection's about to grow.
All right. So this is the Rivers wrap, and I think the last time I was talking about this, I had not finished this stripy section yet.
No, you hadn't finished. You were getting close, but you got a few more to go. So
Well, I have finished the interminably long stripy section.
they feel like they go forever. Oh, that looks good though.
So, and then I did the next section, and the next section, and the next section, and then I have one green stripe and one red stripe, and then I'm into the decreases. I am so close to done. I can like taste it.
Do it. Do it. Those
Oh,
bigger sections just go so much quicker in your brain. Like
yeah.
logically, you know they don't. They take because your knitting speed doesn't change. Like it takes the same amount of time, but they feel like they go faster. My mom's talking to my sister right now, and I just heard her go House Phaedra, and I'm like, my kitty. I feel like an awful cat mom because I left my cat at home.
Hold this up a little closer so you can actually see. So this section's a little bit Christmassy, but I think it'll be all right.
It'll be fine.
This section it's not one of the 16 pairs of stripes. It's only 6 pairs of stripes. So
Yeah.
the
No,
Christmassy
that's
section is very small.
Oh yeah, no, the last stripe section is quite short. So you're so close.
It's so big.
Which means we're gonna start warning people that we might actually close this down mid-May.
Yes, because if I finish this by next podcast,
We'll
which
be
might
in
actually
May.
happen.
Yeah, then we have a week after that for like week after the last podcast goes up to let everybody wrap up.
So it'll be announced on the 5th that this is done, so that theoretical endpoint around May 12th.
Okay, which means people, you need to start getting those project photos in, because I mean I'll definitely give 7 days notice, like all over the place. I will tell people a lot of times to get stuff wrapped up.
Yep.
And handed in. That means we can draw prizes when I come home.
It does.
That's exciting. We can mail out some yarn and mugs.
You can have
Cindy, get your sweater done.
One of your very own limited edition. There's only 5 in existence.
And
2
we've
for prizes.
claimed 3 of them. I have one, Diana has one, and Mr. B, who kindly actually did our graphic for us, got one. So there's 2 left to claim, and they're up for prizing.
I'm so pleased with how this logo looks on a cup.
The logo looks great on everything. Let's be honest, guys.
I also want it on one of those canvas bags that Vistaprint does.
I think I want to do an order of the canvas bags before I go to Knit City in the fall, and before we go to the Manitoba Fiber Festival, so we can hand them out to people.
They do cost more than a mug, so.
Yes, yes. But I think they'd make great prizes, and they make great for like Red to have one. Daria
they'd
from
definitely be good like knit club presents for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then there's Daria from Cloud9, and then there's the ladies from Noble Ruby and Hillary's Yarn, like our favorite girls. Like I think they should get swag bags.
Agreed.
Let's be honest. If I can swing a meeting with the grocery girls, I'd love to have a bag for them. Can you blame me? That way you can carry more yarn. It just makes sense.
All right. What's your other project?
I cast it on and like literally have done 2 rows, and that's it. So it's like, it's tiny little nubby.
Oh, a tiny little nubby.
Tiny little nubby.
What is it going to be eventually?
It's going to be the Spring Garden Shawl by Louise Patterson, who is one of the fiber friends. And I'm doing it out of my National yarn that I got from last year. Release artist did that limited run release, and I have the Island something or other.
Oh, was it the Prince Edward Island one?
I think so. Anyway, I liked it because it's all in autumny colors, so you get the reds, oranges, greens, and browns in there. And I couldn't get any singles of the northern ones, which were the ones I really, because I grew up north. So, and I'm up north, like Baffin Island north. But I couldn't get any singles in those, so I got them in the Ontario ones, which looks really pretty. So, trust me, if I'd been able to buy 2 full sets, I would have bought 2 full sets. They're just so nice.
They're really pretty.
Well, 2 because I would keep all the light colored ones and give you all the ones with a lot more of the darker, richer colors. Which
I think I like the darker colored ones anyway. So.
Yeah. Hence why I was like, I couldn't do it, so I had to let it go. So I've stopped because I've read the instructions for the knot stitch, which is one of the stitches she has you do in the shawl, but I want to watch the tutorial to make sure what I'm reading and what I'm thinking I have to do is what I'm actually supposed to do.
Right.
Thank heavens for the internet, YouTube, and video tutorials. They have rescued my butt so much. So much, you guys. So I really want to get done the Stormy Sky Shawl, so I'm probably going to continue plowing through that this week. But before we podcast, I might be back to the Spring Garden one, which is a knit along, which I didn't know. I just wanted to do it. And I really want to do it out of that nice fall colory yarns because I don't look good in spring yarns. I can't do pastels, guys. Wait till we get to wool gathering. I got things for you. Anyway, all I've got left are one of my usual suspects. So you're up, my dear.
All right. I have been doing more work on my wedding shawl. Sorry, what was that?
My mom's not talking to my sister anymore, and I keep hoping she'll come to the office and tell me how my kitten's doing.
Okay.
My kitten. I
So,
gotta buy her toys. She was so confused when I was packing. She didn't know what was going on.
poor
I was
kitty.
I felt like a bad mom.
All right. So I've been working on my. Let's see if I can hold this. You can actually see it. There we go.
That's showing up so nicely on camera, like that lace work. Oh,
Yeah. So I'm super pleased with how this is coming out.
trust
I
me, that evening star shawl has gone on my bucket list.
wait, let's
I think I
get some
want
of
to
those
make
in
it.
there. Yeah. So I'm really
And
excited
try
about how
that.
this is coming along. I'm rapidly approaching halfway done chart 2, and then there's chart 3 and the edging. So this
Now
is
that edging's
the
gonna take a while, isn't it? Because isn't that a pico edge?
yes, I was about to talk about the edging. So the shawl is the Even Star Shawl by Susan Pandorf. The edging requires 3,000 seed beads. I have 5 or 6 of these tubes.
Yeah, yeah.
But aren't these pretty? They're all iridescent and they shine like blue and purple, but they're gold.
It's gonna be ridiculously pretty. You do realize that if I ever make an evening star shawl, I'm gonna need help, like the whole way through.
Let's see if
And
I can
guess who
focus
gets
this.
to volunteer for that? Because she's made one.
Anyway, I'm really excited about this.
I'm
And
so stoked to see it. I am so excited to show you my pattern I want to make for your wedding, but not till your wedding. That way it's just a surprise.
oh, I am slightly terrified about the prospect of 3,000 seed beads. I really hope I can do the crochet hook method because I do
Mm.
not want to figure out how to do the dental floss method. It sounds fiddlier.
Well, how many beads do you have per tube? Like, do you have more than 3,000 beads?
I believe I bought an insurance tube, so I should have a couple hundred extra beads just in case.
Okay, which is good because some of the beads, they won't be all perfect, but it
No, they
means you
won't.
can practice, and if you lose a couple of beads, whatever.
Yeah, so. Oh, this wedding shawl is rapidly turning into one of the most expensive projects I've ever made. Because
But
all these beads were not super cheap, and then I got stitch markers specifically for it, and not that those were overly expensive, and the yarn wasn't like overly expensive, but
yeah, you're
it's
fine.
adding up. So
Fine. I think you still have cheaper projects than I do on average.
depends on the project. I think
Well, I've got
this
$140 worth of a sweater quantity sitting at home to cast on when I get home.
I haven't made a sweater, so
I'm also 5'10", so like it takes 2 extra balls to do the height of yarn that I require, like to do my inseam height from my armpit down to my waist. So,
I'm being
and
really
my arms
excited
are.
about this. Just like
I'm
look at
sorry, it's
that.
stupid pretty. I just makes me want to do it more and more.
I'm so excited about it.
I just don't know what color I would do it in.
White's a good color.
For my vision, it's an exceptional color. I think we might have to start taking a look to see if we can find a really nice lace weight in a tonal or something in a color I could manage because I really want to make that shawl.
Yeah, for sure.
Not for your wedding. I just want to make the shawl.
So I'm going to talk about the shawl a little more in fiber flubs, but you had one more project.
Oh, it's the usual suspect. It's my socks that I never finish.
It's okay. I still haven't woven in the ends on my March socks. Or
Guess
posted the
what?
picture that I took like 2 weeks ago in the finished objects thread.
Yeah, these are going to be my March-April socks. I'm going to pull a U. So these are my Rainbow Connection socks from Cloud9 Fiberworks. It's just a basic toe-up, 2 at a time sock recipe. I am really enjoying 2 at a time. I'm not any faster at it, but you can see there's my ball. It looks kind of messy because I'm pulling from the inside and from the outside, and I don't care because it looks pretty when it's knit up. But I'm slowly making progress. I have to remember while I'm out here to get a foot form of my mom's foot so I can make some socks for her because my mom's got, at 5'5", my mom has smaller feet than I do.
Really? Fancy that.
The foot might go faster for me. The more that I work on these wood needles, the more I'm not liking them, so I might try to find myself a pair of metal at the 2.25 millimeter and see if I can find one with a better joint, because I'm finding the 2 at a time I'm really having problems with that cord to joint issue, because it's not bad, but like I know there's better quality out there, so I think I need to go and find the better quality and do that so that I'm not spending quite so much time trying to get it onto the needle to knit and it flows a little quicker for me.
I find I like metal needles for vanilla socks because it's just miles and miles of round and round. So
Yeah.
I find metal works better for that.
Oh,
Whereas
yeah.
for the wedding shawl, I'm really enjoying the wood because it is a little bit stickier, so I'm less likely to drop the complicated stitches.
Oh yeah, no, I totally agree with you, and I haven't minded working with the wood needles, but yeah, I think I need to find a 2.25 millimeter circular in a metal so that I've just with a smoother joint because the joint on this one's not as smooth as it could be. So, but
Alright.
that's it for us in Woolly Workings. I have no fiber flubs, and I was knitting on an airplane while drugged, so you know.
That's pretty good. That's nothing to sneeze at.
Oh, come on, I was working on the Stormy Sky Shawl, so it's not overly hard. I was
Alright,
more
let's see
just
if I can
about
find
the
it.
guys sitting in the aisle across from me because they were all coworkers and they were all like my dad. So they were delightfully amusing. Oh, I should work on my socks now while you talk fiber flubs.
Let's see, is this the section with the... Yes, the second small plastic blue marker. Okay, so in this section...
Okay?
Oh goodness, can I even point it out on here?
I
Okay,
don't know.
so this
Be honest.
this
No idea.
is my
Okay, that
flub.
tiny thing you're pointing at. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a decrease that's not quite lined up, so that's my flub from last week.
Well, that's
And
fine.
somewhere in here, right here, I'm missing a yarn over.
Oh dear.
And because I'm missing the yarn over knit two together, when I got up here, my stitch count was off.
Yeah.
So it's kind of wiggly, and I don't know, this section's just kind of mucked up, and I'm just kind of fudging it until it works again. It's just a little bit off kilter.
It's fine. Like, if it doesn't bother you, then it's fine. Leave it alone. If it bothers you, take it back. Like you know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
But I
so
don't.
like now that I'm pointing it out, you can see that the stem of the
Yes.
leafy bit is slightly off kilter, but
Yeah. Well, and we can block
whatever.
some of that. The blocking on that's going to be a pain in the keister. It's going to take. I'm going to bring my mats and my pins because I
I
know.
might need them. Like I have a
Christopher,
lot of pins, but I might need more.
no, we're going to need a lot to block that lace out well. So I suspect it's you and me one Sunday, and we're just sort of taking over the living room floor.
Yeah,
I'll bring
I
my
will
mats.
definitely need your mats.
Oh yeah, you can totally borrow all of my mats to go with yours.
Excellent.
You don't have enough mats. Yeah,
No.
absolutely. Because if we
Excellent.
do that in the morning, when the boys get up, we can game in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's a thing.
That's totally a thing we could do.
That's not
I
going to be
love
happening
being
till
out
July,
at
but
for 12 hours at a time. It's not weird at all.
nah, it's fine. It's fine. It's totally normal.
Oh yeah, of course it is.
So yeah, my one section continues to be, yeah, it's all right. I'll fudge it till it works again.
If it doesn't bother you, then leave it be.
Life isn't perfect. Marriage isn't perfect. Marriage is all about working through the imperfect things. That's what I keep telling myself.
It's work. It's like any other relationship. You have to put the work into it. That's kind of how successful ones function. Putting it out there. I'm looking now. What's next?
Yarn on the go. You have gone with yarn, which we've sort of already talked about.
Yeah, I am no longer in the province of Manitoba. I am now successfully in the province of Saskatchewan. I'm visiting my mom and dad in Saskatoon, so there'll be a lot of yarn on the go because I'm going everywhere, and I'm not at home. So technically, it's all yarn on the go. We were visiting family, friends. I take my knitting with me everywhere. So if we got a 20-minute drive, I'm working on something. I can't. Dad's driving me around in the truck. I have been here for 3 days. We have not gone to the local yarn stores yet. I've only been here for 72 hours.
How have you been there for a whole 72 hours and not been to the local yarn store?
Because I'm here till like the 17th of May. I've got time. If I do it all in the first week, what do I do for the next 2?
Go to the yarn store again.
I'm going to try to get some photos and stuff of myself while we're out doing stuff, so we'll see how well that goes. So I will try to keep the Instagram fresh while I'm gone. I got to take a picture of the Jamie Shawl. Maybe my mom. I get a picture of my mom with the Jamie Shawl.
Fancy.
I might not. See how that goes. But I am technically yarn on the go for a while. So has your yarn gone anywhere this week?
My yarn has gone nowhere. We didn't even have Thursday D&D this week. So,
oh my.
Yeah.
You
Not
can
for any
all
bad
have
reasons, just our DM had to bake a cake for a charity event, so he wasn't available to DM. So
You kind of need a DM. That's why you don't have any D&D where I'm DMing till I get back in the province.
exactly.
I'm not in the province. And I'm good. I'm not that good.
That's totally fair.
That's fine. Which I
Yeah.
suppose leaves us with some wool gathering events, and then we're done.
Yep. All right, so you have some wool gathering.
I do. So I'm assuming everybody knows what I mean when I say curated market. Now, if you don't, it's a bit of a. You got craft markets, you got garage sales, you got what's called curated markets. And those are usually a little more selective as to who's coming in. You pay a higher table price to be there and stuff. But it is the curated market that's happening here in Saskatoon this Friday and Saturday is the only spring market that Midnight Cravings is doing. So guess where I'm going for Friday or Saturday? They're going to be there. Those are wonderful girls. And the Midnight Cravings was the yarn I did my rivers wrap in.
Oh yeah.
So I need to get more of their yarn. And they Instagrammed some of the colors that they're taking that they're not releasing on their Etsy shop till after the curated thing. And they're Jocelyn type of nice, rich colors. So I need to have them. So I showed them to my mom and said, I need these. And mom said, okay, we can go. So either Friday or Saturday, I won't lie, I entered to see if I could win me and mom free tickets to go Friday before it's open to public shopping.
Oh nice.
Because I have a blind lady stick. Mom has a blind lady stick. We are a menace to society when out in public because there's two of us, we don't pay attention to what the other one's doing, and we constantly wander away from dad. So
So it's like herding cats.
it is like herding cats to take me and my mom shopping
Oh
places.
my.
So we're fine with it, but we have been known to cause some distress for fully sighted people from time to time. So
Oh
to
my.
avoid that, I'm hoping we can maybe score some private tickets to go in a bit earlier when it'll be a little less crowded and a little easier for us to see what's going on.
Yeah,
So
no, that'd be lovely.
it would be so handy. So I'll know if we win by Wednesday. So here's hoping. Maybe I get lucky.
Yeah.
I'm surprised yarn coming to me because I enter contests all the time. Apparently, I won one. So
Oh nice.
I have yarn in the mail headed to home. So I forgot what yarn it was I won. So I'm really excited. It's going to be a complete. I enter everything. Like you can't win if you don't try. And if all you have to do is like tag you, done. I don't tag everybody in our group. I just tag one person because I know that we can kind of go down the chain
Mm-hmm.
and everybody can enter. And I don't remember because I enter so many yarn giveaways on a weekly basis because you could win, you don't know.
Yeah.
So, and if there are people I follow and it's yarn I like and it's stuff that I find attractive, then yeah, because I'll use it. So I'm super excited because the dyer got a hold of me and got my address and stuff and dropped it in the mail and apologized for taking so long as they were filling orders. I said, well, I mean, it's not like I'm paying for it, so like I get it when I get it. It's fine. Like, I can wait. It's not like I'm a paying customer. It's cool. So that'll come in. So I'll have that at some point when I come home. So that
Well,
should
that's
shock
really
my sister.
exciting.
Should probably tell her that's coming in the mail.
Maybe, yeah.
I forget sometimes, and then Chris comes downstairs and he goes, "Hey, so did you know you were getting a package?" And I go, "Oh, forgot to tell you about the Amazon order." Oh, sorry.
So
Oops.
I have a wool gathering thing.
Absolutely.
Just trying to find a good picture of it here. I'm going to be super cool and just hold up a picture on my phone. Little Bitty Delights. They make progress keepers and stitch markers of food.
What? Oh my God, we need those.
I know, right?
We
Sorry.
need those. They're
Sorry, hold
so.
that up to the other camera so you can see.
Oh, I saw enough of it that I knew what was going on. Oh
Got
yeah.
two cameras going on up here because apparently one camera won't do. Two cameras are necessary. Yeah, so there's like coffee things and like donut things, and there was a really good this one. There's
It's
like,
all the things we like.
like
It's donuts and coffees and desserts and foods and stuff.
and
We
like a
need them.
lemonade drink and yeah,
What?
so yeah, lemonade drink.
Send me the link. Send me the link.
Okay, so that's Little Bitty Delights, and I believe they are on Etsy.
Okay, well let's split an order that way we can.
LittleBittyDelights.com. I don't know if
Yeah.
I don't think that's Etsy. Anyway, yes, we need lots of their stuff because it's adorable and delicious.
Let's order it together so we can split shipping.
Agreed.
Done.
All right. So that's my wool gathering. So events.
Events, and then we're wrapping it up because I haven't done any talking with Mom about sewing stuff. So my mom's the one who taught me how to sew. So take my knowledge and make it better. She's done it longer. So she's going to help me with the coats and stuff for our cosplays.
Excellent.
Make sure what I'm thinking will work is going to work. So, and your plushies.
All right, so we should have some so little time next week.
We should. It might just be planning so little time, but I got to order the fabric for Happy and Blue.
Yep.
Because I've just had no luck finding the right fabric. And you're going to be a backpack, and Ben wants to be a plushie. Like Mr. B, he wants plushie Blue, not a backpack Blue. But I'm making yours a backpack so you can put stuff in Happy.
I like it. I'm excited about this.
I just got to double check with my mom to make sure that what I think is going to work is going to work. When in doubt, bounce ideas off your mom.
Yep.
If you can't, I'm so sorry I brought that up. That's a bit of a dick maneuver.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
Oh, stepped in it. Well, but yeah, no, just events. We're still running a year-long sock knit-along.
Which we're both doing fantastically at.
Which by fantastically we mean very poorly.
It's fantastic. We're doing great. Look at my invisible April socks.
Oh, that's fine. It just means I do better with daily challenges than I do with monthly challenges. And now we know.
Yep, learning. No,
So,
I'm gonna start Chris's birthday socks soon, I think.
Well, that's why it's because his birthday's in June.
June, yeah. So they can be my May socks.
That's what I'm thinking if I do it. I do my July socks. This one's for my mom because July's pretty busy for us month-wise. My mom's birthday's in August.
Yeah.
That works. Mr. B doesn't like presents, so I don't get him presents because he really doesn't like them. So I don't do that. I just randomly give him things.
That
which
works.
also annoys me, but brings me great joy.
Bah, he's no fun. Sticking them up. Yeah, so that's our year-long Year of the Sock. Hashtag
Yep.
Year of the Sock on Instagram, question mark.
Oh,
Year of the Sock,
but it's
question mark.
Sock?
Yes. And then if you want to enter for the end of the year prize, post your finished socks every month in the appropriate monthly finished object thread
Fred?
on our Ravelry group. Our Ravelry group is now named Fred.
Excellent. Excellent. I love it. Which is good. I go in every month, usually about half a month later. So like it's if you get done like in the third day of the next month, I haven't gone and looked through the thread. It's fine. Still enter. Because we're not running this very strictly, guys. It's for enjoyment. It's to learn how to knit new socks if you are already a sock knitter. It's learn to knit socks if you don't knit socks. Because it's one of those like knitted garments that are really cool. Or I'm just really geeky. I don't know. I think it's really cool.
So every finished pair of socks will get you an entry into the end of the year prize, which we don't have assembled yet because that's later.
There's not even so much that it's later. I don't know if we're going to just do one, if we're going to do a couple, if we're going to do like a big prize, if you participate all year long, and then just have a couple of littler prizes if you haven't. So we don't know. It's still fairly up in the air. But I do have some ideas and stuff. So
all right. Excellent.
never fear. There is a plan. It's just very loosey-goosey and fly by the seat of my pants.
Sure. Also still... Oh, sorry.
That's okay. The other knit-along that we're running is the podcast anniversary knit-along.
Which is going until I finish my Rivers wrap, plus a week. So when I finish it and show the finished object on the podcast, that'll get released, and then there will be a week from that. At least a week from that.
Yeah, we'll make sure
all your stuff in.
But she's into the decreases, folks. So
well, in 4 more rows, I'll be into the decreases.
Yeah, she's working on it, so she's getting
there.
Cool.
Getting there.
Trust me, the temptation to finish one more Shannon Cook pattern just for fun.
You shush you. You have your other stuff to be doing. You shush.
I do. I have so much to do. I don't have time. So there's that. So when that closes, we'll draw prizes for that. Right now, we've got 2 mugs, 2 skeins, and 2 project bags for prizes.
Excellent.
So we've got a nice amount of prizing going on there for that one. So get to entry in pictures. Oh dear, pictures or it doesn't count. Link to your project page. So I'll go check out your project page and compliment you because people have been picking the most amazing things and doing them in particular ways.
Everybody's showing us, well, certainly showing me up hardcore.
That's fine.
I've done a biased scarf.
Everyone's showing us up on socks, so don't feel bad.
Keep showing us up. It's awesome. We love it.
Please. It is
what else we have going on? You're in a bunch of knit-alongs.
When am I not in a bunch of knit-alongs?
Yeah. So there was the All in the Family.
Yep, which is through the Cozy Up with the Stitchin' Sisters. They are releasing shawls with each one of the sisters' names because there's 4 of them and they're in Grand Prairie, Alberta. I've done the Jamie shawl. I forgot to pull in my Katy shawl. I did do some work on that too. You guys, I'm a bad podcaster.
Well, you'll have extra progress on it next week.
I will. I'll show you guys next week. So there's the Katy shawl. The Chrissy shawl is out next. They're done. They just need to take photos and then they're releasing the pattern sometime in May. Oh, is it pretty?
I'm excited
So
to
that
do some of these eventually.
Oh yeah.
One day.
And then Sarah's the only sister that's left. So they design their own patterns and they have a knitting podcast. So I am happily participating in that because they are some beautiful design shawls. So I'm doing those. My first entry will go in shortly. I literally just need to take pictures of the Jamie shawl because it's done. And then probably work on the Katy shawl and finish that one shortly too. So I have an excuse to buy yarn for the Chrissy shawl. That sounds about right.
Yeah, sounds good.
So I've been working on those. I was gonna do the Stephen West knit along that they're also doing, but I left my Stephen West project at home because I already had 5 knitting projects in my bag to come with me, and I'm only here for 3 or 4 weeks.
I think you'll be all right.
I think I'll be fine. It runs to the end of May, so when I get home, I might nosedive right into it and just power through a Stephen West shawl in 2 weeks, which I can do if I knit on nothing else. So I might try to sneak that in still, but probably not. I'm not going to worry about it. The other one I'm participating in is the Spring Garden Knit Along from the Fiber Friends. It's up on their Ravelry page because I liked the Spring Garden pattern was the pattern that Louise made for their podcast anniversary, which was in April. So they had a kit that went out with it. I liked the kit colors and the bag colors. It was really pretty. I just never ordered it. And I really wanted to make the shawl pattern out of the richer colored yarns. So again, spring colors don't always look good on me, so I have to be kind of careful. Sometimes they tend to wash me out. So I'm doing it out of colors I know look good on me. So I'm working my way through that one. What else am I doing? Oh, we're doing Stash Dash. We have dates now.
Oh, we do have dates now. Yes. What are the dates for Stash Dash? Which is an endeavor by the Knit Girls podcast.
Yes, it is. It is. Laura does it. So she's given us a full 3 months this year.
Ooh.
No, just imagine the progress we can make. So it runs from May the 23rd.
So 1 month from recording day?
Yes. And then it runs to August the 27th, which happens to be her puppy Pearl's adoption day. Which is so sweet. So, being a pet owner, it's a thing to me. So I'm definitely doing that because I have all those granny squares and I have to crochet and crochet them into things. And I've got a sweater to finish and I have my niece's fingering weight sweater to do. So I think I'm going to go for the big kahuna.
I'm definitely jumping in on that because, I have enough crocheted squares for at least a blanket, a large blanket.
Yeah,
and,
I mean,
at least one shawl that only needs an edging. So
half done, 2/3 done. I think we just need to plow through it this summer and go in for more than we would initially anticipate for us. So I think for you need to aim for 5K. I think you can do 5K.
I think 5K might be the entirety of my wedding shawl, which is going to get done.
Yeah, which won't be done until after May 23rd anyway, so it counts.
Yep. Excellent.
I'm going for the big one. Like I'm going for the beast.
Do it.
I think I can do it. I mean, I'll be crocheting and knitting like a fiend this summer, but that's okay because Red wants to go knit in her chair outside, so I suppose we'll be outside with the plants.
Oh gosh darn, outside enjoying nature.
I don't like summer. I look so pained when I tell people, don't enjoy this time of year.
Just have
I
an
want,
enormous cold drink at all times. It'll be great.
I want my fall and winter to come back. I gotta live through this part of the year. I know. Oh, trust me, I do. We travel and she's got a smart car and it's my giant folding chair, her giant rocking chair, and then between the two of us we bring the big red cooler. And it is chock full of things that we can eat and drink. And I pull it, and my cane's in front, and she's got both the things, and we got big bags full of yarn, and we go. And I certainly go out and sit in the sun with her because I'm allowed to suntan this year, so
Oh nice.
I'm not at a wedding party this year, so I can be as brown as I would like to be.
Yeah, go
I
for
want
it.
look.
Oh my
3
goodness.
hours. 3 hours.
How?
What?
Can I trade some jeans with you? Because I don't tan like that. Like if I'm outside and like I can't tan like that unless I burn.
I haven't even been home a day. My mom's like, you need some color in you. Mom!
It's April still. It's
That is
spring.
confusion. My mother is a part Native American, so my mom is definitely not, as pale as me. Which is fine. I have no problem with my skin color. But I tend to tan really easily and quickly, even with sunscreen. So my okay, fine. However, we're near the fancy undergarment place. So I might try to get some undergarments where I can have different straps so I can
Ooh.
reduce strap lines this year.
Oh, that'd be fancy.
Fancy. And a new swimsuit. So we need to go swimming this year because I love swimming and lakes and beach time.
I need to get a swimsuit before I go to Hecla for my work vacation getaway.
Okay, so then we're definitely doing some Saturdays at the beach with everybody.
Okay,
Because that's how you get me out and I'm not complaining that I have to be outside in the sun is you put me near water so I
okay,
can swim.
we'll do it.
And then I'm happy.
Okay, we'll do it. Beach days
Yeah.
planned.
Yeah. So yeah, Stash Dash is the biggest thing we got coming up shortly. I mean, in the fall, we got fall things. I'm going to Knit City. We've got the Manitoba Fiber Festival. So, like, there's other things going on, but I think the three big ones are what's coming up shortly.
Yep.
And
Cool.
Jocelyn's secret project for your wedding.
Yes, the super secret project that I don't get to know about. Do
You
I have
just
to
don't
wait
get to
and
put
do
a
I?
shawl in it. Like, it's a shawl. I'm wearing a dress. It's the middle of summer. Obviously, it's a shawl. Obviously, it's in cotton.
That doesn't tell me anything about the color or the pattern.
Tells you nothing! But if you happen to be a member of the Fiber Friends Friday Night Knitted, which Diana is not,
Well, I might be now that you've said it.
you might sneak in there on me, wouldn't you, if you had to?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. What are
I
you gonna
know.
do about it? Get real up close and personal with this webcam.
Holy Hannah.
Oh, it's
But yeah,
5:30.
I mean, we got more stuff coming along, but that's
Yeah.
later. I don't need to worry about that now.
I'm
We'll
supposed to be
probably
at a
pick up.
meeting in half an hour downtown, so we should wrap this up so I can get going and not be too terribly late to that.
Nice. Okay. Well, if that's it, that's all. We've wrapped up another week. We'll be doing this again via distance next week.
Yep.
We'll figure out what day works. So I will say until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you,
Don't forget to knit.
We can never do it when we're not in the same room.
It sounded okay on my end.
All right. Close it down so you can go to your meeting.
All
I gotta
right.
find out what my cat's doing.